On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
On second down, it's Johnson. He's going to have the first down past the 20 as he'll take this up to the 22-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. This is the 3rd-round pick out of FAU, Devin Singletary. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Set, 250. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. On the crossing route, complete. That's James. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. To throw is Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Benson Mayowa able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. Agnew now to return. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Lions will take over.
First and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They begin things in much better field position than their opening drive as they come up 1st and 10. And the Raiders have got him. Cleveland Farrell in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Stafford. Screenplay, Anderson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Right down. 185.
Let's put that team on the butt.
White Monday.
On 2nd and 15 now. Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Devon Kennard. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Devon Kennard. Able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for Oakland. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, here's Agnew. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Carr going to throw. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd, and blitz coming, and down he goes. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And the return will stop right around the 25. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Here we go. Two times.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Carr. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, we're good.
On the counter, it's Crowell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Let's get it.
Down. Wide 88.
Choose the mic.
Carr under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Christian Jones. Gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts. Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
First down, Lions.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, 22!
Out of the gun, Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On first down, Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Tyre Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play. On second down, Johnson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Carr now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, 40 got.
Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Stafford now to throw. Finding Gabriel complete. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
22.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. In on the stoppage to hear Whitehead.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 47-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
24-yard gain on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Got a waiting! Got a waiting!
Throwing on third down, Stafford to Gabriel, middle of the field. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. To throw is Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
It's first.
Check. 6-6. Pull it high. Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Hey.
To throw, it's Carr. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Raiders on the move, a couple of big plays in succession. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Crowell. And an alley to run. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Carr to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, that right there is what Jalen Richard can bring to this offense. I mean, last year, yes, he had 55 carries, but they used him more as a receiver. He had 68 catches in 2018, which was tied for the team lead. Really adds a nice element to the backfield for Derek Carr and company. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They go back to the ground now with Crowell. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Henderson, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darrell Henderson, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The Lions take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. The shotgun snap for Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Blue 16!
I got it. Watch right.
11! You better be afraid of me!
3rd and 2, Stafford. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is taken at about the 14. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminated touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19 from all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On the draw, Richard. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. 2nd and 5 now. Carr, that's complete to Richard, the running back. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Carr completes it, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Henderson now on 1st and 10. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Lions' 26-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run. Martin. Room here to run. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
There's a lot of good on that play when we see the big fella taking and rumble into the secondary. But how about the big part of it, taking care of the football? He doesn't carry it very often, but when he does, he's got to make sure that he doesn't get it popped free. Unlike Mike Tolbert in Super Bowl 50, carrying the ball popped free, turnover, and it hurt his team.
Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Again, it's Henderson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Carr. And it'll be intercepted. Christian Jones, the one who picked it.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight?
Throwing is Stanford. Screenplay, Anderson. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Mike is a 50. Check my 50.
From the gun, here's Stanford. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
It's a gain of 10.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check 4 and 3.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Right there. All day, baby.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
First down, Detroit.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Anderson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then at the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third down now, it's C.J. Anderson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Sam Martin now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. Flushed out right. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the Raiders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now!
He's coming.
180! Hey, we're good, we're good! 180!
He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.